Here once again, this time doing a slightly different interview, and I'm very pleased to say that I'm interviewing our brand new signing today, Fabio Saraiva. Fabio, first of all, how are you?
All good, thank you. Yourself?
Brilliant. Yeah, very well, thank you. Welcome to Leatherhead FC.
It's good to
Lots
be
of,
here.
lots of, and sorry, apologies for some of the viewers because there might be a little bit of a delay where we get the time slightly different in terms of the voices that come over. It might be a slight delay between me talking and Fabio talking, so apologies in advance to the viewers. So quite a good reaction, I have to say, on Twitter when we announced your signing at 6 o'clock this evening.
It's good to hear. It's good to hear.
Yeah.
Probably 'cause they know I'm Hayden's son. No, only joking. It's a
Well, I
bit of a
want to
joke.
touch on that actually because
Yeah.
I saw your tweet earlier about good to be joining my dad. Now, I think you're being far too kind to Hayden. He's more like a grandfather figure, I would have said.
I'm not that young. I wish I was.
So, looking at your history, your career, rather than me talk about it. So, for the fans, why don't you tell us where you've been, where you've played, and at what part of your career you played under Hayden?
So yeah, I started my career at Merstham. It wasn't originally with Hayden, but then he took the job, so I had a few years with him there. Had a short spell at Maidstone, went back to Mersham. Then I got a move to Woking, was there for 3 years. Went back to Hayden again at Merstham. Then he took the role at Kingstonian, so I was with him for 3 years there. And then last season, I was with Chatham Town.
Okay,
So yeah,
and you
a
had
few.
some success with Chatham, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a great time at Chatham. I have nothing but good things to say about the club, and obviously we won the league last season, which was a great achievement, and we also got into the final of the Kent Cup, semi-final of the Isthmian Cup. So yeah, it was a great success, a great team.
Wow.
Um, so yeah, just buzzing to hopefully bring that to this club as well.
Brilliant. And so, for fans of ours that don't perhaps know you or seen you play, what can they expect from you as a player?
I'd like to say I'll try get on the ball, pass the ball. I'd like to say I'm energetic, very hard working, um, and not just footballing side, but I like to bring a positive energy to the group and to everything I do. So I think that plays a big part in my game as well.
Brilliant. Okay. And presumably you've had a great season last season and you've had a lot of success with Chatham, as you say. So why decide to come to Leatherhead? What was the attraction?
I think like everyone I've spoke to, I've got a lot of people in football who I'm friends with, and everyone I've spoke to have said great things about Leatherhead. I mean, I played with Tommy Hutchings a few years ago, said great things. I'm currently working with Mark Simmons, who played at Leatherhead for a few years as well, and he says great things about the club. And obviously, when Hayden took over, I kept tabs with how they were doing, and obviously, I saw how they went on a great run and just missed out on the playoffs. And every time I've played against Leverett, it's been great support. It's never been an easy place to go to. I don't think I've had many good results there, to be honest. And the fans have always been brilliant from what I've seen. So it seems like a club that's only going to go one way. Obviously, I've spoke to Hayden in great depth about where the club is going. So no, I'm just excited to be a part of it.
Yeah, you touched on the fans, and I said in one of the other previous interviews is that when you come to Leatherhead, it's great if you've got the fans on your side, and of course you will because they'll be supporting Leatherhead, obviously. But you wouldn't want to come to Leatherhead and be an away team because they'll be on your back. And I don't know if you've ever experienced that at Fetcham Grove, but certainly when
Yeah.
they're on your side, trust me, there's no better fans in the league.
Yeah, no, I've certainly experienced it. Being on the other side of things, I remember coming here when I was very, very young, and I think we got 3 or 4 goals against us, and the place was rocking. It wasn't a pleasant afternoon for myself and my team, but yeah, I can tell that when things are going well and it's really positive, that it's a great place to be. So hopefully we can bring that to the fans.
Fantastic. And from your own perspective, Fabio, what your intentions for next season? What are your ambitions or goals?
I'm a highly ambitious person. In terms of my personal targets, I've already set them. I'm not going to share them, but I've got my own personal targets, and I'm sure as a team we have our personal targets, which we all know what we want to achieve. but football is football. Like, it's easy for teams to say they want to achieve this, that, and the other, but everyone's going to go into that first game of the season wanting to be in and around it, and you just got to take every game as it comes. As cliche as it sounds, each opponent is going to be difficult in this league. So just got to take each game as it goes. I've seen a few of the signings, and it looks like we've got a great squad coming along with a mix of experience and a lot of young players as well, which is good.
Brilliant. So obviously you play football. What team do you follow? I assume you follow a football team.
I've heard a few of your interviews before, so I'm going to mention my Portuguese team because I know who you support, and I don't want to hear.
Oh, so you're an Arsenal fan, then,
yeah.
okay. What is with Hayden signing Arsenal fans? I mean, he's Chelsea through.
I know.
I mean, all I can say is the three of you lads that are Arsenal fans, you must have impressed him because he signed you. So I thought he signed people for, that were associated to Chelsea. So clearly, you must be good at what you do because he signed all three of you.
Yeah, he don't stop giving us stick, to be fair, but I think we've given him a bit of stick this year.
Yeah, well, if it helps, I won't mention the game where we beat you recently, or of course the FA Cup game last season where we knocked you out 1-0 at the City Ground. But I won't mention that. All right. So Portuguese team, who'd you follow?
Sporting Lisbon.
Lisbon, right? Okay, cool.
And which is another big thing. So a lot of my clubs have been red based. Obviously, most of them are yellow. But yeah, Leather is first green club. So my actual dad obviously supports Sporting. So I think he'll be quite pleased that I've gone and chose a green and white club for once.
Brilliant. Okay. And you mentioned the fans a little bit earlier. Have you got any messages for
them? No, just get behind us through the good times. There's obviously going to be bad times as well, because that's how every season goes. So just stick by us. Obviously, I know a lot of people know the way Hayden likes to play. So be patient, enjoy the football, and hopefully we give them a lot of success to be cheering us on.
Listen, on that note, thank you very much for joining me. I know you're a very busy man, hence why we've had to do this type of interview. So really appreciate you, just spending some time to talk to me this evening. We'll get this out on the socials a bit later, and I look forward to seeing you, and of course all the other new signings as well down at Fetcham Grove very shortly. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Yes, thanks.